Alrighty, y'all. Well, day 12 here, or 13? Yeah, 13, I think. I gotta look on the calendar. But passing the good old cemetery there. We're about 3/4 of the way through our walk like normal. Mile and a half today. And we are feeling pretty sore on the quads for sure. Those things are pretty tore up from day before yesterday. So that's good. Means growth. Today's going to be our first full shoulder only day. Pretty excited. Trying to figure out what I want to do with it. Thinking we'll probably warm up with some cable front raises with the rope. And we'll probably move into some cable lat raises. We'll do some cable rear flies. Then the shoulders will be nice and warmed up, ready to go. So then we'll probably go into some overhead press to get that real heavy compound lift in. And then thinking probably face pulls after that to start really focusing on those rear delts. Then probably some upright rows, get some more medial delt, a little bit of traps going. Then we'll go ahead and we'll do some front raises with the easy curl bar. And then after that, thinking shrugs is probably in order. No, we'll save shrugs for tomorrow. We'll do shrugs on back day. And yeah, so we'll probably finish off with those front raises and we'll go into core. I'm thinking that's the shoulder day there. That kind of hits 2 exercises per each head of the delt, well, the shoulder. So you got your front, your side, and your rears hitting twice there. Then our compound lift. So I think that'll be pretty solid. So with that, I will catch up with y'all here in a little bit when we go into the gym today. Shoulder day. It's moved on to its own day now, so that way we can really isolate these things and just pound them down. First movement we're going to go ahead and knock out here is doing a cable front raise using the rope. So obviously it can be a little odd at first because you need to stand pretty far back into the machine, otherwise you're going to catch yourself. Definitely not fun. Second thing, make sure your shoulders stay pulled back, you're not letting them roll forward. And then third, you can either do with your hands up like this or like this. I like to slightly rotate them. I feel my front delts engage a whole lot better doing it with the palm, with the hands just slightly rotated in, specifically for this movement. Later on when we do the easy curl bar, you're going to see that I put my palms facing up, and that is a crazy engagement. Way awesome. But this is just to get us warmed up. So we're going to get a little lateral delt with the hands turned over, a lot of front delt. We're shooting for 12 rep, maybe 15 rep sets here, but we're starting out 20 pounds, and we're going to see if we could go through 5 sets there at 12 reps, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Thing up is single arm cable lat raises. I set these up with the cable as low as it can go, and then I like to grab onto the machine back here, plant my foot onto the edge of the machine here, and get a big lean into it. So one, instead of now standing like this and having the weight just pulling straight down and not having any tension on the delt, when I'm leaned over, I still have tension in this entire bottom area of the movement. So By doing that, you get to apply the most strain onto the delt at its most lengthened portion, which now tons of studies have shown that the lengthened part of any movement is where the most stimulus to growth is going to occur. And not only that, makes it way harder. So if it's harder, it's getting to use less weight, you're going to be able to also achieve more growth before having to move the weight up, which overall is going to save for a movement like this, say your elbows from that side load, and just overall your shoulder joint from having excess strain on it. So we're going to go ahead and hit 4 more sets of that at 12 to 15 reps. Then we'll be back for the next movement. We're going to move on to cable rear flies now from a incline position, so I guess it'd be a decline fly. I'm not really sure. But either way, coming downwards, really engaging that rear delt and the lat, rhomboid, inner trap all gets kind of engaged on this. Kind of a little more backish than just rear delt isolated, but is what it is. I do these in a crossover type of style. So the hands will end up like this, pulled over, and then on the next set I'll switch, because you will end up building an imbalance over time because your range of motion changes on which hand is out front first. So keep that in mind. Now, probably going to need to drop the weight on these. That is definitely a little too heavy at the moment. So we'll go ahead and go down to 10 pounds since we're just trying to work on volume here. So we'll go ahead and get 4 more sets of that done, and then we'll be back for overhead press. We're going to go ahead and move to seated overhead press using the incline Smith machine here. We're going to see today how it feels to go behind the head. I haven't done these in years. I've got, so the bar right now is at 55 pounds. So we'll see what it ends up actually feeling like. Feels good in the shoulders and the setup of the machine. Otherwise, we might have to just switch to like the barbell out here itself. I don't know yet, but we'll find out right now. Alright, well, as for setup, that feels great. I don't really know how much you all can see with that. I'll try to put the camera over here in the corner so you can get a better view of it. I don't really know if that's going to work really well either, just unfortunately where the machine is. But hey, we're trying to figure this stuff out as we go. So with that, I'll see you guys on either the next set or I'll see you on the next exercise. And added another 10 pounds, now it's 65, just to start working up, seeing where I should be working at for these, because I just don't know. It's been so long. So let's do another set and find out. This definitely still feels pretty light. I think another 10 pounds, 75 pounds will probably be working weight for this. Definitely feel the shoulders working, that's for sure. Feel a little bit of tightness, strain inside of the backs, in the back, and getting the shoulders pulled back. Probably just because I haven't done these in such a long time. The mobility is just not as high as it needs to be to really go behind the head at the moment, but we'll start working on that. We also might add in a military press or shoulder press variation to where it's out front of us, depending upon how these feel here in a couple weeks after doing them. I don't want to give up on them immediately, because the more we can get behind us, the more I feel like the front delt comes out of it and more the medial side lateral delt gets to be overloaded. So with that, we'll go ahead and knock out another set with another 10 pounds on here and see where that feels, and then we'll finish up and I'll catch you on the next exercise. Done with overhead press. We did 75 pounds. We did 4 more sets of that after we did that 65. That's where we'll start at next week. See how it feels for a full 5 sets of 12. But now we're on to face pulls. So I like to hit these from high and I like to hit them from low. The way it targets my rear delt from each position is slightly bit different because it's got secondary muscles that engages with it, obviously. But them combined always feels great. So we're gonna go ahead and hit both positions of this, but at 4 sets of 10 instead of 5 sets of 15 at just one position. So that's only works out to be, because let's see, it would be 5, 50, 75 total reps. This will work out to 80 reps. So it's only 5 more reps, but it's gonna target it slightly different each way. So I like to extend all the way and pull all the way in to the shoulders and touch it with the rope. So that way I get the most complete contraction I can while hitting these. Alright, we'll be back when I go to hit these from the low position. Alright, so now we're on to the low face pulls. So we're just going to go ahead and knock these things out real fast. Same principle. You're just going from here straight to your face, using as much of your rear delts as you can. Ugh. And we're getting a phone call. Ugh. So, moving on. Now we're going to go ahead and do upright rows. And just 75 pounds. These are normally fairly easy for me. It's a lot actually harder for me to slow it down and control the weight over just moving a bunch of weight, because they are sometimes easy. But when I do lighten it up and I slow it way down, I can get a much better feel on the delts and a lot more load on the delts over, say, my traps, just pulling the weight up for me. So I do really try to keep my shoulders pinned down with my lats and really try to focus the delts themselves doing the upright row. Alright, we'll knock out 4 more sets of that, and we'll be back for the next movement. Next movement's going to be easy curl bar front raises. I like to do these palms up, because if you go ahead and you take your fingers and you lift your arm up like this, and you touch your front delt right here, you can kind of feel it. Turn your hands up like this, feel it some more. Turn your hands like this, and you can really feel how hard the contraction can get. So to me, that means I should be doing these palms up for them to be the most effective. So let's go ahead and hit these palms up, because we've already hit a front raise with our hands basically neutral. So all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit that for 4 more sets of 12 to make 5. I'm gonna finish off with cable crunches. I'm just gonna finish those off camera. You guys have seen me do them every day so far, and I kind of gotta get a move on with this today. I got a couple things I gotta do this evening. So with that, I'll get this thing edited up, and if you stayed along for the ride for our new shoulder routine that we're going to start doing for them being isolated to their own day, thank you very much. I hope you hit that like and subscribe button, and remember, get out there, get something done, and don't be a lazy fuck.